Now, on Chinese social media, lots of people are talking about a story involving Chinese students at Duke University in the US. It sparked lots of discussion both in China and the US. So to explain a bit more about the story, I spoke a little bit earlier on to our China media analyst, Kerry Allen.
There was this email from a professor at Duke University that went out to all these students studying biostatistics. This email said that faculty members had heard some Chinese people talking in a common room using Chinese, and they said that they wanted to know the names of these Chinese students and suggested that it could impact them having difficulties securing an internship or a master's in the future because they weren't trying to speak English in their free time. It was a suggestion that they were not trying hard enough. And so this professor, Megan Neely, she sent an email to these students saying, I'd really like to encourage you to please speak English as much as possible. And she said that this could impact them in the future. And this email got leaked onto the internet. It went viral on Twitter, and it's also reached the attention of people in mainland China who are very angry about this and saying that they think this email is racist and they think the faculty members should be punished for this. But it's actually the woman who sent the email who is being punished.
So she's been suspended, hasn't she, from her job. So is there any sympathy for her at all if you look at social media in China?
There's a lot of sympathy for her, yes. People are saying that it's the faculty members that should be punished. There's comments that have received tens of thousands of likes from people saying that they should be identified, and they're hoping that the investigation that the university said it's going to do is going to confirm who they are, and they're going to be punished. People say that she was actually trying to warn Chinese students, so they're quite sympathetic towards her. But also there are some users on social media who've been saying that they think that it was probably in the students' interest. They're saying that it's in an educator's interest for people in a foreign country to speak English and to improve their English, and it might have been just their way of trying to encourage them. But there is a lot of concern that this could actually, it was in their free time that these Chinese students were talking Chinese amongst their friends, that this could have an impact on them in the future. The fact that if they wanted to do an internship or a master's, that this could have an impact on them. So yeah, real concern about this.
And one of the things I also noticed in the email, it was talking about these students talking very loudly, and it makes you wonder if it was the very loud talking that was more infuriating to these people in the faculty, or whether it was the Chinese speaking itself. Has there been any history of Chinese students being discriminated against either at this university or elsewhere?
Well, actually, yes, just in recent weeks there was a similar case in Liverpool here in the UK where Liverpool University had sent out an email to students coming up to their final exams and said, I mean, it's to all international students, and it said that students should be discouraged from cheating. And it said some of our Chinese students might not be familiar with the word cheating, and so it wrote the Chinese character in this email and went out to everyone. So there was a lot of anger about that, and people were saying online that, why are Chinese being singled out as cheating? Of course we know what the word cheating means in English. So there was a lot of debate and discussion, and people saying, why are Chinese being singled out at universities? Just like any other student, they go abroad, they want to improve their English, they want to get ahead, and yet it does feel that they are being discriminated against.
And is there any sense that some people in China are saying, well, as a result of this, then maybe we're not going to study abroad? Because it's very important. It's such a lucrative market, whether it's here in the UK or in the States. The amount of money that Chinese students are paying to study at university, universities need that money. They don't want to be ostracising whether they're Chinese students or anyone else from other countries.
Well, absolutely. And this has been one of the big dialogues going on in Chinese politics, actually, for some time, that Chinese people increasingly should not feel happy about going abroad. They should be enjoying the fact that they're in China. China's got great universities. It's improving all the time. So there's a lot of positivity towards China, and particularly with the trade war going on with the US, there's a lot of criticism towards going out to the US. But also, I mean, this university, Duke University, it has a Chinese campus. So one of the other discussions that's coming out is, should this university start discriminating against students who come over from, say, the US if they can't speak Chinese?
And that was our China media analyst, Kerry Allen, speaking to me a little bit earlier on about that story.